your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
You're listening to the voice of the Blue Eagle.
You know what it is? Of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan 87.9.
Radyo, 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 Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo Katipunan. Radyo, Radyo, Radyo Katipunan.
Get your daily dose of inspiration through our music. Follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music in YouTube.
Good morning, Ateneo. Start your day right with your morning wake-up call. Good morning, Ateneo. Energize your day with the lively, funny, and lovely tandem of Mir De Los Santos and Ariel Dicción. Catch the latest news and stories around the campus. Good morning, Ateneo. Your daily dose of radio chikahan, tawanan, kantahan, and kwentuhan. Every morning, only here on the voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Good morning, Ateneo. Mornings have never been this good. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Mamangha sa lalim at ganda ng ating kultura at diwang makabayan, sa mga salita at pahina, sa tulong ng mga guro at manunulat ng panitikang Pilipino. Halina't tuklasin ang yaman ng ating panitikan, ang pamana ng ating lahi. Kasama si Binibining Andrea Trinidad, Ginoong Jethro Tenorio at Ginoong Yol Hamendang ng Kagawaran ng Filipino ng Pamantasang Ateneo de Manila. Ito ang Sari-Sari, ang Catholic Mass Media Awards Special Citation Awardee para sa pinakamagaling na palatuntunang pang-edukasyon sa radyo. Dito sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Jesuit Music Ministry, music that uplifts the soul. Follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Are you feeling sore? We can make that better. Tune in to the Ateneo Senior High School's first radio program, SOAR, the Seniors On Air Radio. Don't change that channel yet, because SOAR is ready to put the you in youth. SOAR, Seniors On Air, here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
To open our eyes and ears that we may see the face of Christ and hear His voice in our midst. For 28 years, Jesuit Communications has been promoting the Catholic faith and serving the nation through both traditional and new media. Hear us tackle national issues in light of Christian values on Usapang Kapatid, Pasakalye, and Radio Veritas. Watch our uplifting reflections on Kapet Pandasal and The Word Exposed, as well as our acclaimed TV specials. Listen to the inspiring and soothing music of Jesuit Music Ministry's original artists as you read our spiritually enriching books. To learn more about JustCom's mission of evangelization and education, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, justcom.ph. To give a face to the faceless and a voice to the voiceless, that we may recognize Christ in them and hear His story in theirs.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
JustCom Music Ministry, your daily dose of inspiration. Follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music on YouTube. We are also on iTunes and Deezer.
Baka naman pwede.
Baka naman pwede.
Baka naman pwede. Mga isyung napapanahon, ating pag-usapan. Baka naman pwede. Gamit ang mga pananaw mula sa iba't ibang kalinangan.
Baka naman pwede.
Mula sa Institute of Philippine Culture, kami inyong samahan, tayo'y maghuntahan. Dito lang sa
Baka naman pwede.
Tuwing Huwebes, alas 3 ng hapon, dito lang sa Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng buwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero, sugod, todo sa kayod, dunong at tulog, lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan.
If it's entertainment you crave, catch us on New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores. Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. See you there. Afternoon, coming to you on Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM via Zoom. I'm Max, and when it comes to what's happening, I'll serve you the facts. So please, take this hour to sit back and relax because this is New Wave and we have a very exciting show for you today. But before that, to my fellow seniors, please check the Aegis group, the Aegis page, Senior Alliance, and Blue Board for details regarding our yearbook shoots. So it will be done, based on my understanding, completely on-site this year. So if you have any questions, it's better to direct them to the proper channels, which is through the proper Facebook pages. And I know that the creative shots this year will be a little bit different. So please head over to Seniors Alliance and Blue Board to stay updated and check all of that out since the dates are coming up soon. All right, now our guest today is a Filipino indie pop singer-songwriter under Star Music and Star Magic who has been featured on OSTs belonging to Hello Stranger, He's Into Her, Click Like Share Cancelled, and many more. Her songs focus mainly on themes which are very personal, revolve around coming of age, and the stories that she goes through and sees. So many of her songs are uplifting, and we're going to be hearing them live later. So give it up for Sab. So hello, Sab.
Hi Max, what's up? Thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for joining us. So we have a lot to talk about today, but first, how are you? Like, how have you been? This doesn't need to be in a career context yet, but just how have you been feeling lately?
I think I've been really good. I've also been quite busy because it's also like my midterms week, so I'm like
Oh, relatable.
fighting for my life, girl.
Felt that. Super felt that. So, okay, let's get your mind out of midterms for a little bit and let's relax.
Thank you.
So, I know you get this question a lot, but tell us how your love for music started. And you can even bring up how you were a theater kid in high school since I think that's pretty exciting to talk about.
My God, you know. Okay,
Of
so
course.
oh, thank you. So my love for music, it started basically, it starts as a hobby like most people.
course.
Like my parents forced me into piano when I was a kid. And then I guess I liked it because I stayed there for like a long time. And then after piano, I transferred to voice
Yes.
because at some point I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do voice now. So I ended up doing that. And then in high school, that's when I started doing theater. It was very fun. And I went to CSA for high school. So we had this
Oh,
like
okay.
org called Katipunan. And then we basically didn't have the money to buy the copyright to do like other plays like
Got
from the
it.
States.
Yeah.
So our teachers were just like, you know what, guys, just make your own. So like from scratch, we had to like make our own script, make our own music, do like our own costumes. And I think it was like really fun. It made us like
Yeah.
become like self-producing people.
Yeah, exactly. That makes you resourceful, and it's a different type of training from doing an existing musical. So,
It
oh,
is.
right. So, what was the first song that you learned how to sing seriously? So, what was the first song you did in voice lessons?
First song I did seriously in voice lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's really interesting because like in voice lessons, it's like they do it by levels. They give you
Yeah.
Disney songs first,
Of course.
and then they give you they give you Disney
Yeah.
songs, and then they give you Italian, and then they give you
Uh-huh.
French, and then Kundiman, and then back again. So the first song they made me sing was like "Home" from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
from
so.
the Broadway Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yes. Out of curiosity, what made you go by the name Sab? Like, mononym Sab, no last name.
Do you want to know the truth?
Of course.
Yeah. So basically, my full name is like Sabine.
Yeah.
And then I think we were gonna go with like my first name and my second name, which was like
Yeah.
Sabine Isabel.
Yeah.
But then they were like, that's too long. So it went to Sabine, and then we went on Spotify, and then we were like, wait, there's too many Sabines. And then it became Sab. And then they were like, the head of my label was like, let's put it in all caps. So it
Yeah.
looks so it looks good. And then that's
Stylistic
how
choice. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good. It's cool.
it's-
So,
yeah.
all right. Okay, now I know that origin story. So, okay, back to singing. Let's start talking about your processes because like singing, I think requires a lot of thinking. There's a special headspace for it. So, I guess how different is your headspace when you're singing by yourself, when you're singing with others, and then when you're singing for theater, since like singing like pop songs and songs that you wrote is very different from like singing in a character.
That's true. I will say, this is off the record, but like I really, really love your questions.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I'm keeping that on the record then.
Okay. Please accept my compliments.
Thank you.
For me, when it comes to singing by myself, my headspace is more, I would say you definitely have more freedom and you can have more room to decide, okay, I can do this for this part because like this will really work with the song, as opposed to singing with other people. You only have like a certain amount of lines,
Right.
and you also have to make sure it's like you're able to allow yourself to shine in the song, but also allow the other
okay.
person. Both of you need to be at like a good balance
Mm-hmm.
where they think, wow, their chemistry is really good, but also
Yeah.
you both have your own individual moments. And then I think for theater, at least in my experience, because like we had to act at the same
Of
time
course,
as
of
we were
course.
singing, so it was. I think that required the most headspace, because like any line you were singing, you had to remember. Oh right, I'm in character. I have to like be
Yeah.
dainty and graceful or something.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So actually, what I wanted to zero in on is when you said like when you're singing as a group, you need to have your moment and you need to give the others their moment. So there has to be that chemistry and
Exactly.
that balance. So how does a group attain that balance?
Oh, really a really good question.
Thank
So,
you.
every question, I'm like, oh, this is a fun interview. This is like,
Great. I'm
uh,
happy to hear that.
I'm like on my seat and stuff. I think the main thing you need for like good group balance when it comes to singing first is like you need mutual respect. All of you need to all of you need to like agree with each other that the mindset is not to overpower one another. It's mostly to
Okay.
like have good chemistry and allow each other to shine respectively. I think it comes down to a lot of respect. Then
Yeah.
also like communication, because like for
Of
example,
course.
when
Of course.
you mentioned you interviewed Angela. I remember before when
Yeah.
Angela and I had to do a duet. We were practicing, and then like we were very open about like, oh, in this part, don't harmonize this, so I can
Okay.
like do this type of solo. And it's like, oh, okay, it's just very you have to be very open with communicating.
Of course. Of course. Okay, so next up, when it comes to theater naman, and then we said like you have to stay in character, that's a whole different headspace, and then you're acting pa. So like I've taken
Mm.
theater classes as well, and then the thing we hear the most is don't fake it. So for you as a
Right.
performer, as an actor, how do you not fake it?
I've I haven't done method. I haven't done like theater in a while because the last time
Yeah,
I did it was like high school, and
off same.
I keep wanting to get back into it, but like I have no idea where to start. But maybe like someday, maybe we should do join a theater
Yeah,
club
the two of
together.
us should like go into theater together, right? That's perfect.
Exactly. I think we should do that. For me, when
Yeah,
it comes to theater, I think it's just a great deal of preparation.
of course. It
How do
always
you?
comes down to
Yeah,
that.
so much preparation. Because like for example, like the characters I've gotten like in high school were like so different from my own persona. Because for
Yeah.
example, we had a play about Jose Rizal and his girls. Like I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
That's so
We had a play.
funny.
We had a play about Jose Rizal and his dating life,
Oh
and
my
that's just
gosh!
it was just him. It was just our main male lead flirting with every girl in a new
That's so
scene.
funny.
I know, and the character that went to me was like Suzanne Hobby,
Yeah.
his woman from Europe,
Right.
and her character is very graceful and elegant. And I did a lot of sports in high school, so the way I moved was probably the exact opposite. So it's a lot of like you have to be very conscious of like how you're moving and stuff, but also I think it was just like immersing myself in the role mainly. It's almost like method
Yeah.
acting. I guess that's the easiest way
Um.
to not easiest and not easiest way to
Yeah.
not fake it.
Oh my gosh, but that play sounds so interesting though. Like it's giving me the vibe of Six the Musical, but Jose Rizal's girlfriend. So
I
like
love Six the
that
Musical.
sounds pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to talk about Six the Musical
We
later.
should. I'm gonna ask your favorite song.
Okay, later, off the because
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay,
need to
okay,
think
okay.
about that. It's you know that type na you have a favorite, but because you're asked, you're like, oh gosh, which one is my favorite? Because there's so many.
I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, and I think this is a good way to usher it in. But then, like a while ago, we were talking about how busy we both are with school. So, how do you de-stress? Like before I ask you how you balance your time, how do you de-stress? How do you relax?
Ooh. For me, I relax like in two ways. One
Mm-hmm.
is just through a lot of like watching YouTube videos and K-pop.
Oh, same.
Oh my God, we're gonna have so much to talk about
I
after.
know.
One, watching K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I call my friends a lot.
Oh, okay.
Like we do a lot of video calls, and then it's
Yeah.
just us updating each other on our lives. And then the third is probably oddly enough cooking.
Cooking. Okay.
Mm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So,
I'm also
What's,
surprised.
what's your signature dish? And is it something that you picked up over the pandemic?
I think it's something I picked up quite recently, like in the past few
Okay.
months. It's just
Wow.
pasta. Like it's just pre-made
Pasta.
pasta. But like I feel like because
Yeah.
listen, I feel like because I boil the pasta myself, I feel like it's basically the same thing. You know?
Hey, it is. It's a skill. I mean, like, you have to
Exactly.
get the noodles perfect. That's not easy,
Exactly.
right? Like, one wrong
It's
move and
al
it's.
dente.
Yeah, exactly. One wrong move and it's either too hard or too soft. So, like, good job.
Mm. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, so now, if I may ask you, what's your course in college?
Oh, my course is music production.
Music production. Okay, perfect. So,
I know, right?
now, I'm going to ask you to put cooking and music production together. Do they have like a similar discipline or things from music production that have helped you in cooking or vice versa?
I love these questions.
Thank you.
I really do. Like I'm not even joking. I'm like, ooh, I can tell that you're an Atenean through these questions. I don't know.
That's so funny.
I have friends who go to Ateneo and their personalities are like quite similar. So I'm like, maybe it's a Ateneo thing.
It's our philo classes.
Is this a chair? Is this chair a chair?
Is it really a chair? That's the question. Back to it. Your answer.
I think actually oddly enough, music production right now is very theory based, which surprised me
Okay.
because I thought it'd be like more creative,
Mm-hmm.
like on the creative side. But I guess with the course they just assume that everyone who enters is already creative, so they give you more of the
Right.
technical
Of
aspect
course.
to
Of
balance
course.
it.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I'd say that's helped in cooking because cooking's very technical as well because you have to follow like rules, and then after you learn all the rules, you can break it and incorporate your own thing.
Ah, that's a very good connection.
It is.
Yeah, so good job. Now back to singing. Like, what are the things you do to keep your voice in shape
For me, I vocalize as much as
every day?
possible.
As much
If
as
I can do it
possible.
every day, I will. But recently, I think I only do it like 5 times a week. So I guess that's also okay.
That's still a lot. That's like a school day. Like, if you vocalize Monday to
Oh,
Friday.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
That's true.
school
It's
day.
my working days.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's still a lot. Okay, so back to the songs you sing. What would you say is the difference between singing the songs that you wrote versus singing covers? So, like, words that are yours versus words written by others. And this is different from Headspace because now we're focusing on, like, the actual song interpretation.
I want to sit down and have lunch with you. I don't know how to explain this, but it's just
We
like,
should plan that.
yes, please. Wow. I guess when it comes to singing my own songs, it's a lot easier to connect and find the emotion because a lot
Okay.
of it's like my own
Of
experiences.
course, of course.
And then I think I have more freedom to interpret it in like any way I want because I know where it's coming from and I can just be like, yep, this is how it goes.
Yeah.
Then as opposed to like covers, it's like you try to stay true to the original because like you want to respect it,
Of course.
but then you also want to add your own flavor. So then I don't know. I think because I'm also a songwriter, I'm more empathetic. So like for example, if I listen to like "You're on Your Own Kid" by Taylor Swift, I'll be like, "Yep, I know exactly what feeling I need to put into this song."
It's like one of the most relatable songs ever. So, like, if I may ask you, which is the line of You're on Your Own Kid that resonates with you the most? Because they say you can tell a lot about a person by which You're on Your Own Kid lyric they
My
relate to the
God, you're
most.
right. You're right. I need to pick a good lyric from the like last bridge or last.
Of
It's
course.
always the bridge one.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, best builder of bridges.
I love that. Cruel Summer's bridge is crazy.
Yeah, it goes so hard.
Oh my God, we're gonna have so much to talk about
Right.
after this.
Yeah, this interview's gonna be like 2 hours long.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do.
Yeah.
I think I'll just go with like the like straightforward but like hits hard as well. I gave my blood, sweat, and tears for this.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I love that line also. So, actually, mine would be because there were pages turned with the bridges burned.
Oh my
I love
God,
that line
it's a good
so
line.
much. Super. Well,
Good line.
everything in that song, it was like a diary. Like, I
It
didn't even
is.
write it, but it felt like my own diary.
She, God, Taylor's so good at that. She's just like, all right, I wrote this song, but I guess it's yours now also.
That's so true. That is so true. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit deeper with this question. How does it feel like singing the songs written by your friends? Because, like, I could imagine that, like, it's one thing to sing a cover of, like, an artist who you really look up to, and it must be another thing to know that artist personally. So,
Oh my God, you're right.
how would that be? Because, like, I saw your song with Angela, like,
Ako naman muna.
Ako naman yun ah. Yung muna, yes, that one. So, I saw that you guys sang it together, so let me know the feeling.
With songs of my friends, it's like it's an interesting experience because I can't look at them entirely as the artist anymore. Like if I look at them, it's really funny because like before I was, for example, before I was friends with Angela, I was already a fan of her song Ako Naman Muna.
Yeah.
And then I remember our producer called and he was like, Sab, I need you to write the English lyrics of the English version of the song. And I was like, oh, okay. And then that's how I met Angela. It was through our first project. So initially when like I worked with her, it was like very much like a thing where it's like you're working with someone you look up to, where it's like, oh my God, I admire you greatly. And then not that I don't admire her, wait. and then like you become friends with them. And then because she was all when we went on Star Magic US tour, she was also my roommate. So for like a month we shared a room together. So at that point it was just like other than admiration, you're also just like, my guy, I've seen you do some funny things. So it's like I can you're more funny to me than like a serious character. In a good way.
I get it.
I would not like to get canceled. Like,
you're not gonna get canceled, it's fine.
Thank you. Okay, I love you.
We'll tag her in this interview. I'm kidding.
Oh God, please don't.
Okay, so as a songwriter, how do you get out of writer's blocks? I'm sure it happens.
I do two things, I think. One is that I continue to write and write and write for hours until at least some things, if I continue it, we're gonna break the barrier at some point.
Oh, okay.
That's what I did yesterday. And then another thing I do is that I just like close all of my work stuff, go outside, indulge in some more art. I'll probably like watch a show or like listen to other types of music.
That's true.
Actually, a good thing that I think you can do if you have writer's block is listen to a song that you like wouldn't listen to at all.
Oh,
like for example,
that's interesting.
Because it's like a lot of the time we have writer's block because we write something that's already so similar and familiar to us. So I feel like if you listen to something that's completely opposite, you'll get like some good ideas.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
I'll try that. I say as I'm writing my thesis.
What's your thesis about?
Oh, my thesis is about fanaticism in the Philippines, but that's an hour-long conversation, and I feel like that's what I've been getting the most writer's block with lately. But
wait, I want to read that.
Okay, I'll send you a copy when it's bound.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, so now as a songwriter also, so we were just talking about Taylor Swift and how she's one of our favorite songwriters. I'm pretty sure she raised our generation in terms of songwriting.
She's mother for real.
Exactly. She is the mother songwriter for people our age. But that being said, she makes herself very vulnerable in her lyrics. I mean, look at You're on Your Own, Kid. It's very personal. And then we felt that, and it became personal for us as well. So, for you, as a songwriter, how do you choose what to share with the world? And how do you choose, like, the things that you need to keep to yourself? Do you ever draw a boundary, or are you like an open book?
That's a really interesting question, because honestly, right now, I'm trying to write more songs for some new releases. And I think one of my main problems writing right now is that because like sometimes you look at your work and you're like, oh, this is far too vulnerable for my liking. This is a little deep, you guys. This is a little scary.
It's very me.
It's a little too clear right now. I think when it comes to sharing songs about vulnerability and like the level of vulnerability, it's more of like what state of mind you're in to be willing to share that, rather than do I want to share this? Because it's more of like, or at least for me, it's like how much of myself am I willing to open? which is really interesting because like songwriting,
Yeah.
it's being about, it's being truthful and honest,
Yeah,
but
of
also
course.
a lot of us are scared to be vulnerable.
Yeah. That's why you're very brave actually to share, especially like the songs I've listened to of yours. They're very personal, and as I said,
Really?
they're very personal. They're uplifting, and then like I think as listeners, you need that. You can't wallow all the time, but then yours always has like that
Mm.
uplifting twist, if not in the lyrics, in the sound.
Oh, thank you. The next few songs might be sadder.
Okay, well, of course, variety, but we're still looking forward to
Variety.
that. Variety,
Thank
variety.
you.
So, now, what about like the actual process of writing your songs? Like, do you have routines? Like, do you need to like sit down with a cup of tea or take a walk before you start? And do you have anything like that?
And that's funny. I realized I don't have a routine. Because for me, when I try to write music, I either like do freestyle and then just like continue on,
Mm-hmm.
or I have like an initial idea and I do the more like theory related approach where I'm like, okay, let's use this key and then let's do like, for example, this chord in relation to this chord, so it's like this sound. So it's either I'm really on the like feeling side of it or on the technical side of it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So, this is a funny question, but are you the type that like stays up all night writing, or like do you actually have a healthy sleep schedule and you manage to write during the day?
I think I'm a mix of both.
Oh,
I have
wow.
days where like
Yeah.
I'll set time to write and then
Mm-hmm.
like only that amount of time. But then I also have times where it's like 12 a.m. and then I just got
Exactly.
off the phone with my friend and I'm like, you know, this would be a good opportunity to write a song. I did do that last week actually.
Oh.
I got off the phone with my best friend at 12 a.m. and then she was saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Why are you?" She literally went, "Why are you leaving already? Our calls last till 2 a.m." And then I literally told her, "Dude, I got a song idea. Let me have this." And then she literally went,
Nice.
"Okay, you loser, just go.
I support you. Go.
You just go write the song."
Yeah, that's funny because like some of the people I've spoken to, they're like, they try to write during the day, and then all of a sudden they're like, nope, I can't. But then like it's 12 a.m. They're about to sleep. That's when inspiration hits, and then like they end up
I
writing all
know.
night. So a
It's so
very familiar
funny.
feeling. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so for you, what makes a good song?
Well, we
You
need to write down these questions when we're done. I have to like examine them, think about them for a while.
know.
For me, what makes a good song? I guess now, because I've been in the industry for about 2 years, so I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to see things in a more like also the business side of it and the technical
Yeah,
side of it.
yeah.
I think what makes a good song is one, can it make me feel something? Because like that's
Oh,
the main
okay.
thing for me.
Of
Because at
course,
the end
of
of the
course.
day, if you take away like all the business and the commercialization of it, music's just art, and
Mm-hmm.
art's supposed to like make you feel alive or
Right.
whatever it's supposed to make you feel.
That's
And
true.
then two, is it catchy? Because like,
Important.
is there a hook that you can like hold on to in the song?
Mm-hmm.
And third, this is more of like my specific thing because I'm more of a lyrics person.
Mm-hmm.
But like, are your lyrics good or are they like a little bit of words thrown around? But no hate to that. There's
Yeah.
different types. So
Yeah, to each his own, to each his own.
to each his own. Mm, yeah, mainly that.
Okay, okay, cool. So, a while ago we were talking about Marvel. So,
You were.
yeah, so who's your favorite hero?
Oh no. God, this is like the sixth question from earlier.
Exactly.
I
Or who would
swear I
you say
have
is most like you?
Spider-Man.
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 Of course, Spider. Because I feel like when you ask like who's your favorite hero, it's like choosing between children. Like you don't want to pick a favorite, but then when you ask like, oh, who's the one who's most like you, then you think about like, oh, personality-wise, it's definitely so and so. So
Mm,
okay, Spider-Man. Okay, which
I'd say
one?
Spider-Man.
Which one? Which version of Spider-Man?
I would say it would be the Tom Holland version of Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because Toby's Spider-Man's like I think he's too mature for to be my personality. And then second,
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield's character was a little too sad by the end of the movie to
Oh
be
yes, definitely the poor
my
guy.
Spider-Man. Poor man.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Gwen. And then I'd say I'm first movie Tom Holland Spider-Man. Like, you're just trying to have
okay.
proving yourself, having a good time, a little bit of angst along the way, but still a good get.
I can see that in your songs. That's the coming of age era that of Tom Holland Spider-Man. Because like the last one is already like pretty
Yeah,
sad.
actually, it's
But
no,
yeah.
it's, I don't think it's pretty
No,
sad,
it's
girl.
pretty sad.
It's
It's
just
sad.
sad.
That was
It's
a
sad.
very sad movie.
Let's not lie.
Yeah, that was sad. At least in the first one, like he was going through it. He was becoming a hero, and then
Mm.
that was nice to see. I really miss that era of Marvel.
I mean, he did it. He became a hero,
Mm-hmm.
but at what cost?
Ah, the poor guy. Like he's one of those that you're just
I
like, I
know.
just want to see him happy. Why can it end happy?
Sorry, girl, it's not working.
Right. So then, okay, a while ago you talked about how you wrote the English lyrics of Ako Naman Muna. So when it comes to translating, like I always find it interesting because I like watching K-dramas, listening to K-pop, and I like watching animes, and you can kind of see like how some things for some shows and some songs get lost in translation, while others do a good
Right.
job at like keeping the essence in both languages. So for you, what are the things you keep in mind when you were translating this?
Ooh, first, the number one thing in like translating is, for me, I honestly say don't translate. Which
Okay.
is like funny to talk about, but
Yeah.
it's like, for me, translation is always direct.
Yeah,
I
it's very
pr-
literal.
I prefer to use the word just like interpret it in that language.
Okay.
That
Okay.
way, you're not like restricted to like translate this line directly. Instead, you can like take the whole context of like, for example, this whole verse talks about this type of struggle, so I'll just interpret it in that way. And then second, it's just always like check in with the original writer
Okay.
and the original artist. Because if it's like, if it does wonders to them, then I think that's how you know you're doing a good job.
That's great. That's great. So on the topic of the things I just mentioned a while ago, you like K-pop. So who are the groups you're into right now?
I I really like ITZY. They're my old group.
Oh, ITZY. Okay.
Mm. ITZY, TXT,
Mm-hmm.
17. I also like Blackpink.
Mm.
And what else? La Seraphim. I just got into them quite
Ah, the
recently.
Seraphim.
La
Cool, cute, cute.
Seraphim.
I'm like super BTS to the max.
Mm, I'm proud of you, girl. Who's your bias?
Thank you. JK, but like there comes a point where like you just like all of them at different times of day. I'm a Maknae line enthusiast.
Feel you. I got you.
Who's
My
your
bias is
TXT?
RM.
Oh, RM! My gosh, I love how RM writes lyrics.
I know, right? Dude, it's crazy.
She said RM. Look what I have here.
Oh my
From
god,
the album. From the album.
girl.
Girl. Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
another.
steal that.
That's another off the record conversation for later. But now, are you ready to sing?
Yes, I am.
You're ready. Okay. So we're going to start off with Happy You Stayed because the music video just came out. So before you start, can you tell us a little about how this music video came to be?
Yeah, for the music video of Happy You Stayed, originally when we were doing the like analysis of it, we wanted it to be something that was like uplifting but also truthful to like
Of course.
how certain situations could be. That's why when we have the music video, it stars me, Shania Gomez, and Kaori Oinuma, and all of us sort of have our own little characters. Because I wrote it
Yeah.
about like my friends when we were graduating. Because I'm dramatic like that. We're like all you're all graduating, and I was like, oh my god, no, we're all going our separate ways. This is awful.
Yeah.
Let me write a song about how much you mean to me. So we just wanted to show different characters through the music video, and also show how like friendship, and then how sometimes you can go apart but then still come back.
And that's a very good message because, like, I remember that, like, at the end of high school where you feel like, gosh, are our friendships going to last given that a lot of us are going to be in different countries even? So then, like, it was really something you think about. Yeah, a lot of my friends I graduated with moved out of the country. And then
Sorry,
like
girl.
yeah. It's okay. Like until now we're still super close. Like all of the fears, like
Aww.
all of the fears, some that
Worked out.
were in your song. It was like, oh, okay, we made it through, and then now like we're all about to finish college. People are coming home again, and then it's like, wow,
Wow.
we made it. That's so cute. But then, like with my college friends, and that's the feeling we're getting now. Like, wow, next chapter of our lives, it's going to be very different from the ones we just passed. So yeah, it's a great song, and of course, your chemistry with Kari and Shania. You could see that you guys are really friends on screen and off screen.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so without further ado, introduce the song.
Yeah, so this is my song "Happy You Stayed," and it's about friendship and finding its way. So I hope you guys like it. You're acting all so carefree now, like the weight of the world has finally dropped down. Your eyes and blue skies are all I see. You move as if you took ballet, head held high with poise and grace. It must feel so nice to finally go unwind. 'Cause you've been running in my mind all day, finding you in places where you walked away. Oh, happy you stay. Trying to find the words to tell you that I'm proud. Pick yourself up till they kick you down. Oh, happy you stay. Happy you have a golden glimmer in your eyes, the kind you see after a wild drive. Your smiling sunsets are all I long. Please don't ever doubt yourself. My heart broke when you shied for my help. I'm so relieved you're doing better now. You've been running in my mind all day, finding you in places where you walked away. Oh, you stay. Trying to find the words to tell you that I'm proud. Pick yourself up until they kick you down. Oh, you stay. Happy you. You're the one I love to talk about. You're my best friend. I can't go down. Just know you can talk to me. Just know that I'd never leave. You're the apple of my eye. You're one I run to every single night. Just know that I'm here for you. Just know there's nothing you could do to make me walk away. Just haven't seen moments where your beauty shines. No need to worry if you're alright. Oh, happy you stay. You've been running in my mind all day, finding you in places where you walked away. Oh, happy you stay. Trying to find the words to tell you that I'm proud. Pick yourself up until they kick you down. Oh, 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 happy you stay.
Yay! Thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
That was a great song. So I noticed there are some common themes when you wrote another song and had that album Sunsets in Heaven. So like I
Yeah.
noticed that you talk a lot about like the themes of sunsets,
Mm.
eyes, like eyes and blue skies, golden glimmer in your eyes, and then like you have that line smile and sunset. So I couldn't help but draw the common themes between like this song and then Sunsets in Heaven. So like is this a conscious thing? Is there something that draws you to like the themes of like skies, sunsets, eyes?
I think you're the only one who's ever like in an interview noticed that and said it, girl. You're really good at your job.
Thank you.
I hope your words of affirmation because you're just getting a lot to say.
I am. That's my love. That's one of my It's like my main love language, so thank you.
Okay. Go, go, go.
Golden shower today.
Actually, it's funny you say that because what most people don't know is that both of these songs were written like almost the exact same time.
Oh, okay.
And like when it came to my EP Sunsets in Heaven, it was we were choosing between this song or like Happy You Stayed to be part of it. So
Ah,
if
okay.
one wasn't gonna come out, it was gonna be the other. So that's why
Okay.
Sunsets in Heaven and like Happy You Stayed are very similar in how they're written. That's why a lot of like the
Yeah.
lyrics are very similar because I had like the same thought process for both. And then actually if you notice the endings also both like the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like the three like oh and then like
Mhm.
the last line. It's very interesting. Wow, you're the only one who saw that. Wow.
It's
Thank you.
giving folklore and evermore.
Evermore needs more love.
It does.
Evermore needs more
It really
love.
does. I mean, like, Evermore is the only album in history with champagne problems. Come on.
Oh my God. No.
Come
We didn't
on.
need champagne problems today. Come on.
Okay, so next song you have ready for us.
Yeah, the next song I have for you guys is Dancing in the Dark. It is
Mm-hmm.
one of the first, no, it is the first song I ever wrote on guitar, like ever.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it when I was like 15 or 16, one of the
Mm-hmm.
two ages. And then it's a heartbreak song, but most people think it's a
Oh.
love song,
Ah, okay.
which is really
So,
interesting.
we'll listen to it.
This is Dancing in the Dark. This is about love that's only there for a specific moment. I hope you like it. Please cry. This moment will be our last. After this, I'm an outcast. No more rendezvous, you're sneaking down the creek. It's almost midnight, baby, you know where I'll be. Let's just move real slow, more than we both know. We'll go dancing in the dark. Take my hand as we get away. How about we freeze time? And now we're dancing in the dark. Feel the rhythm through her spine. Spin me faster, baby, till we lose track of time. Hours feel like minutes in this room. The night sky's leaving with you soon. You say you love me, there's a little rose in my hair. I start to break the quiet, why can't we stay here? Let's just move real slow, more than we both know. We'll go dancing in the dark. Take my hand as we get away. How about we freeze time? And now we're dancing in the dark. Feel the rhythm through her spine. Spin me faster, baby. We lose track of time. Till we lose track of time. Till we lose track of time. Your eyes watch me grow, and your hands fill me up, and your legs carry me, even though you've had enough. Kiss me slowly, Eyes were dancing in the dark. With your hands on my hips, can you feel this spark? Can you?
Yay! That was a great song. Okay, now I see why it's a sad song.
Right.
Now I see what I mean. I love how it started. That this moment will be our last. After this, I'm an outcast. Like that was
Yeah.
such a strong start,
That
girl.
sets the tone.
Yeah, it really does set the tone. Like what I'm curious about. So like I got the impression of like okay, this moment is our last, and then like you kind of want to prolong it, like the slow mo. You want it, but if you're about like if it's about a breakup, if it's about separation, why is it a dance?
For me,
Yeah.
if it with it being like technically a heartbreak song and about dancing, I think it when I wrote it, I personally thought that dancing, like especially in movies, because that's always
Yeah.
the big scene where they're like, that's when they get
course.
together,
Yeah.
like they have this dance. I just thought, wouldn't it be so interesting if instead of it being their most romantic moment, it's their most heartbreaking. Like, what if instead of like the dance being the start of the relationship, it has to be something that's ending it? And I just thought, wow, that's so depressing. Let's write
Yeah,
it.
that's very sad, but you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
It works. It works. The audience will definitely be crying with you now.
Yay, thank
Yes,
you.
and I love the contrast now, the sparks and then the darkness.
Thank
That was
you.
nice. That was great. So okay, you've got one more song, so tell us about it.
Yes, this next song of mine is very interesting because this is something I technically wrote for another artist,
Oh, okay.
which is fun fact, the P-pop group Beanie. They
Yes,
have
yes.
they have a song called Golden Arrow, and that song was me putting my whole challenging self into writing because there's a rap in it, and I don't typically rap, so I tried to rap just to write it, and thankfully they accepted it. So this song's about friendship. I wrote it based on the inspiration of my prom night,
Oh,
but like
cute.
slightly exaggerated.
Of course, of course.
I was chill in high school, guys. Don't worry.
Okay, so let's hear it. Look, I'll watch with my boys.
Oh my god!
I'll watch
Thank
with my
you,
boys.
thank you. I feel like so much stronger now because I've
Of
got the
course.
power of K-pop in me.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say, like, since you wrote for the group Beanie and there had to be a rap, I was like, oh, okay, you're ready for that. You listen to these K-pop groups, so okay, you got
I
this.
do. Thank you. This is Golden Arrow by Beanie. I hope you like it. Think I've lost my kids again. Madness outdoors. It's a Friday night. I'm wishing for a little more. On this street lights 8 p.m. Let's make this one count. No one else but me and my girls are running this whole town. Everybody watch out, a storm is coming your way. Warning signs and flashing lights all of the cliches. Feeling a little nervous with this moment tonight. Got nothing to worry about. I'm trying to take a chance. We got tonight to borrow. We got these golden arrows. Grab the ice cream, go to the clock. Dance till midnight, nobody knock. We got this golden arrow. Yeah. We got. I'm convinced we rule the world. Magic in the air. Go check out the rules and see. Nothing to be said in our own world. They are perfect harmony. No one else but me and my girls are making a legacy. We got tonight tomorrow. We got these golden arrows. Grab the ice cream, go to night. Dance till midnight, nobody knows. We got. I gotta take a minute, gotta catch my breath. Appreciate all these legends that made me the best. I got no time, no crimes, only you. You're the exception, nothing saves my truth. So tell me so much on how to be patient. A little hard work ain't never be wasted. Pushing it when I'm on the edge. Yo, fight it till the top of the left. Oh, we got tonight to borrow. We got this golden arrow. Grab the ice cream, go to the club. Dance till midnight, nobody knows. We got. Oh, we got this golden arrow.
Yay, nice. Nice. Lisa and
you.
Jenny are very proud of you.
Oh my God, are they? I hope so.
Nice. And what I liked about it is you could really tell, like when Beanie sings it, it sounds like a Beanie song. And when you sang it, it was like, yes, SAB.
Thank you
So
so
great.
much. Also, it's so funny you mentioned Jenny and Lisa, because like I'm not even joking. To learn rap to write this song, I practiced Blackpink raps. I'm not even joking, girl. I'm not joking. I practiced all like the English Blackpink rap just to write this.
That is why they are proud of you. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Good job. Good job. Round of applause for you. So thank you for that. I enjoyed your performances and I enjoyed this conversation so much.
Me too.
Before we wrap it up, what's something you want the world to know about you? Anything at all. Could even be like hidden talent. Don't overthink it.
Something I want the world to know about me is that, for anyone's information, I don't really drink soda.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I feel like you wanted something like more,
No,
but that's
it's
like
fine.
what I can come up with at the top of my head.
That's fine. Now, what is a piece of advice, like a piece of music advice or performing advice that could become life advice?
My God, your questions are so good.
You want some examples?
Yes, please.
Martin Rivera told me, always find your light. And then some filmmakers have told me, stay in frame, don't lose sight of where you're going.
Count to 5 and then do it.
Count to 5. And
I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, I don't know. Count to 5 and then do it.
That actually reminds me, since we were talking about K-pop and BTS, they said, like, if you saw when they were doing that skydive bungee jump thing, they said, it's scary for 3 seconds, and then after that, it's fine. So it reminded me of that. Like, count to 5. But no, it's true. Count to 5 before anything. It gives you time to, like, prepare, ready yourself mentally. So, it's good advice. So now, Sab, what are your upcoming projects? Where can people see you?
Yes, for
What's to come?
upcoming projects, I will be performing at Vista Malls Pampanga this Friday, February 24 at I think 5 p.m. Please follow me on my socials at official SAB Music to stay updated on more gigs. And that's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Kumu, Twitter. I feel like I said Instagram already. And also YouTube is SAB in big letters. And it would mean so much if you could stream my original songs on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and Deezer. I highly recommend Happy You Stayed. And we're definitely going to be hearing more songs from me in the next few months.
Oh.
Possibly sadder than the ones I've released before, so I'm sorry.
It's a new era. It's a new era.
It's a new era. We're in our sad girl bops era. Sad girl bops.
Yeah, sad girl bops era. But that's the important part, bops. They're sad girl, but they're bops.
Bops.
They're like
But
the
they're bops.
crying in the club type.
Exactly.
Great, great. Okay. So before we say goodbye properly and before I ask you to give some parting words, please allow me to thank a few people first. Okay. So before I say goodbye to our audience and to our guests, please allow me to thank a few people first because this has been New Wave. So thank you to Teo and Sir Justin for handling the broadcast. To James, Ian, and Migoy, thank you for the behind-the-scenes support always. Thank you also to the Star Magic team, to Ali, and to Charlene for helping us put this together. Thank you so much. Of course, thank you to our audience for joining us today. We hope you had fun, and we look forward to seeing you all next week. Now, don't miss out. You can follow me on Instagram at Hannah Maxine Cruz. That's Hannah with an H at the beginning and the end and 2 N's in the middle. Follow newwave.rk to stay updated, and head over to our Facebook page called New Wave. Join the Facebook group for replays, additional content, and ways you can get featured on the show. Now, catch the replay of this episode on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM's Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitter Live, all of which go by at Radyo Katipunan. And don't forget that you can also listen to this episode and many more as a podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Anchor under the name New Wave. But most of all, of course, thank you to our guest, SAB, in all caps, for joining us today and sharing your journey in your music. And I love the cuento. I had so much fun. So we'll definitely be streaming and rooting for you. So the floor is yours to say anything you want to the audience. Anything at all.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much to Radio Katipunan for having me, for welcoming sorry.
The other school.
From the other school into your Zoom. Thank you guys so much for welcoming me, and thank you so much to Max for being so chill and for making me feel like I was just having cuento the whole time.
Thank you. It was so fun.
I'm getting your Instagram after this.
Oh, for sure.
And then I'd also like to thank all the viewers who are tuning in. Thank you guys so much for all the love and everyone who made this possible. I super appreciate you. And have a good day. Please stream my music. Sad Girl Bop's coming soon.
We'll be waiting for it. So once again, I'm Max, and when it comes to what's happening, I'll serve you the facts. And this has been New Wave. Bye! If it's entertainment you crave, catch us on New Wave. Surfing through the latest on our shores. New Wave. Every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. New Wave. See you there.
Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.